Now, please accept my apologies. This was supposed to be a foil video, but I was ill the other day, so today it's going to be a nice Saturday video. We're going to remain calm. Maybe deep down inside, the foil will make an appearance. No, keep it in, Valrak, because I think Games Workshop is up to something. They're being very, very sneaky. I think they're actively recruiting people to bring us the next big narrative in Warhammer 40,000. So let's jump into this, let's explore it, talk about it, and of course, let's get waffling. So over on the Warhammer community website, a couple of weeks ago, they posted a Black Library submission post. This is where you, the fans of Warhammer, can submit short stories, and if they're picked up, then you become an official author for Games Workshop. They pay you, etc., and then, you know, you're working probably on a contract for them. But in the rules for this and what you have to write about is something that really, really stands out. So you can see entries must be English, the scene must not exceed 500 words, you know, etc., etc. But the big thing here is this. The scenes for Warhammer 40,000 must take place in the following settings: Vigilus, Comora or Comoria, I don't know how you say it, I think it's Comoria, or Armageddon Warhammer 40,000. So Vigilus, Comoria, and Armageddon. 3 massive settings in Warhammer 40,000. 3 massive settings that I've heard big rumors about going forward in Warhammer 40,000. So I personally think Games Workshop is trying to recruit some new authors that are going to bring some big stories to these new big battlefields that they want to introduce, maybe in 11th edition, maybe 12th edition, maybe plus editions, to get some big battlefields and different narratives coming from these environments. Now let's start with Vigilus, because Vigilus is one of the key locations for the Imperium. It is basically the bridgehead for the Nachman Gauntlet, which is the only path that we know of right now. I'm sure there is going to be another path that's discovered with the Dawn of Fire series, or probably offshoots of the Dawn of Fire series that will take us another path somewhere else. But right now, the Nachman Gauntlet, where Vigilus is and everything like that, that is our only crossing across the Great Rift to the northern parts of the Imperial Empire. So it's very important for logistics, troop movements, everything like that. But I've been hearing that a lot of rumors that apparently Chaos is going to win. They're going to have a major campaign, and they're going to take Vigilus, they're going to take the Nachman Gauntlet, and that path then is going to be cut off from the Imperium, making the Imperium's fight against Chaos even more deadly. Now, I have no idea if that is real. As I always say, rumors are rumors, believe them what you want, because at the end of the day, only Games Workshop knows if it's real or not. But if that does happen, then that could give Chaos a massive victory, and then open up a brand new narrative of maybe Chaos pushing towards the southern Imperial borders, which may make Guilliman break off another Crusade fleet and actually fight against the Black Legion even more. But what I suspect to happen is that we're going to lose the Nachman Gauntlet, we're going to lose Vigilus, Chaos is going to win, and the Imperium in secret is going to discover another path across the Great Rift. It's more or less been alluded to in the lore itself. If I'm not mistaken, there is books that is set 100 years after the Great Rift, and they have discovered another path across the Imperium. I think one prime example is the brand new Black Templar book, Broken Crusade. If I'm not mistaken, they used the new path across the Great Rift rather than going through the Nachman Gauntlet. Now, the next one is Comoria, however you want to pronounce it. I've said it both ways, and people always criticize me for it. The big Dark Eldar city, that's in the webway, right? Okay, let's just call it that. This one excites me, not because it's Dark Eldar and all the Xenos and stuff on there, because the lore of this is that Chaos is bleeding more into the webway, and that city of the Dark Elves is coming under more of attack from Chaos itself. It's actually sought Imperial help to try and protect it. There's a whole story in Chris Wraith's Inquisitor series, which I'm not going to spoil in this video, but we're talking absolute heretical shenanigans. We're talking like the highest people in the authority knowing about certain things. Go and read it. It is absolute madness in that story. But what also that opens up is another path, right? And I know a lot of people are going to criticize me for this because I always go back to what I love. Another Primarch. to return. Because the last we saw of Jagatai Khan is that he went into the webway. There's been a lot of speculation, fanfare, that Jagatai is being held captive in the Dark Eldar city. I personally don't think that. I think he's just lost in the webway and he's exploring it. You know, time works differently in the webway. He could be in there for 5 minutes and 10,000 years has passed for the Imperium. But I think that definitely opens it up there, because there was white scars in a previous Tyranid book. The name escapes me at the moment. I'll try and put it in the background right now if I remember the book. And they heard like echoes of the Khan. Like they heard him and they wanted to go into the webway to try and find their Primarch. And I keep saying, I think Jagatai Khan could be a big Primarch to bring back business-wise to Games Workshop, because Games Workshop wants to hit the Asian market, and I've spoken about Cathay is an army that they want to bring out, and they've apparently been working with a lot of marketing over in the Asian market to get that army right. And Jagatai Khan, because there's a lot of culture that the White Scars use from the Asian market, that could then bleed into that Primarch coming back, and that could be big sales in the Asian market for bringing back another Primarch like that. Hopefully so, because I absolutely adore Jagatai Khan. I think he's one of the best Primarchs, apart from Rogo Dawn. The White Scars are my best legion, best probably chapter outside of the successors and the Imperial Fist of the Sons of Dawn. So yes, if they bring him back, I will absolutely fall in love with that. But again, going back to the Dark Eldar stuff, it could be more of a narrative sense of chaos, maybe taking over the Dark City, maybe destroying it, and you can have characters like Vec maybe coming back to the actual real space and, you know, setting up a new empire out there, not in the webway itself. There's so many narratives and so many paths that they can go down. And let's face it, the Dark Eldar needs something, right? We've been talking about this for years now, probably since the launch of like 9th edition, 8th edition. Like the Dark Eldar haven't really got that big refresh. Everyone so far has kind of got like that centerpiece character, that centerpiece model for their armor, and the Dark Eldar have just got nothing. So maybe like Vec coming back, Vec getting a new model, a more narrative surrounding Vec could be a massive win for Dark Eldar players, and also the narrative itself. And the last narrative, of course, is Armageddon. And how many times have we spoken about this? Apparently, for 11th edition, the main narrative is supposed to be Orks. I know people are going to say in this video, but what about the 10th edition narrative? I'm with you. They started massive with the Tyranids, the 4th Tyrannic War, the Segmentum Pacificus. It looked amazing, and we've had absolutely nothing. Absolutely zero, nothing in 10th edition with this. I'm still hoping that towards the back end of this edition we get more stories, more narratives, more stuff of the Imperium engaging the Tyranids and the Segmentum Pacificus, pushing them back. I hope that turns out true, because the Imperial Fists are at the forefront of this. The Phalanx is there, the Custodies are there, right? There's so many cool aspects towards this, but for now we'll just have to cross our fingers and keep waiting. But when we go back to Armageddon, or the narrative around Armageddon, I definitely think it's going to be linked to this 11th edition narrative. The Orks increasing in their numbers, being led then by Gaz Skull himself. He's probably united most of the Ork clans. They're going to be becoming an absolutely massive threat. I truly believe there is going to be another war on Armageddon, not only between the Imperium and Orks, but Chaos also getting involved on that as well, because right now in the lore there is like warp gates opening up, and, you know, blood for the blood god, demons, everything. It's pouring out there. There's like a freeway fight on that planet. So Orks returning, the Imperium trying to defend what they've got, and Chaos coming in from the warp, trying to take the planet, ruin the planet, do what they do best. We could even have like maybe Angron turning up there. You know what happened on Armageddon, right? Because people don't know this. Armageddon, well, some people don't know this. Armageddon was Ullanor. And during the Beast Arises, there was a massive battle there during the Imperial forces, and a Primarch went missing on Armageddon. Who was that Primarch? It was Vulcan. Again, we could potentially have another Primarch returning to the setting. We all know that Vulcan can't die. He's perpetual. You can try and kill him, but he'll just come back bigger, stronger, angrier, and more friendly than ever. But I do really think Armageddon is going to be a planet where we're going to revisit, and I think that the Orks are going to win. I want the Orks to win. I want the Orks to take Armageddon and start setting up their empire again and have another massive threat right on the border of the Segmentum Solar. Actually, I think it's in the Segmentum Solar. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'll put the map up right now where Armageddon is. But it will make a threat even closer to the Imperium then. You've got Chaos with the Great Rift. You've got the Orks here, and you've got the Tyranids on the other side. And that is like, 5 to midnight. Because a lot of people saying, oh, the Primarchs are coming back. It's getting to a setting where it's not bleak anymore. The Orks literally on your doorstep. The Tyranids on the other doorstep at the back door. Chaos coming through the attic. It's literally nearly end times for Warhammer 40,000. Not that they'll probably ever go to end times, maybe one day in the far future, but nowhere right now because it's, it's a profitable genre IP and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it would be an absolutely amazing thing. New Orc models, new Orc stories, Armageddon, like Black Templars really getting involved, Salamanders, Blood Angels, like all the chapters that we love, right, have been and fought on Armageddon. Grey Knights for the Chaos, that could bring in the brand new Grey Knight range refresh, a bunch of stories with that one. There's so many, again, narratives they can go down. I definitely think that this post over on Black Library is a massive hint of things yet to come for the big narrative stories they want to bring for us on the tabletop and in the books. Anyway, Chaperonios, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, as always. If you got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, tell me what you think about it. Am I looking too much into this? Is the foil deserving of this video? Post it down below, and we can have a nice chinwag down there, as we always do. See ya. Have a great weekend, great day, great night. Wherever you're at in the world, see ya, and bye-bye.